Hello everyone, this is Mr. Supnil Bapusai Verwade, the lecturer at SIT Polytechnic Yatra. So I am again here with the next video as we have completed the first chapter and we have gone through some points like the crystalline material, amorphous material, ferrous metal, non-ferrous metal, then crystal structures like simple cubic, BCC, FCC, HCP, then properties of materials like physical property, mechanical property, chemical properties and thermal properties also. Then sample preparation for the microscopic examination, then types of microscopes and hardness testing machines like or the types like Brinell hardness testing and Rockwell hardness testing. So in this video we will go through the MCQs, that is multiple choice question. As you know, our subject is for a online exam with a multiple choice question, so we will go through the MCQs. Okay, so we have some MCQs to have a good practice of it. Okay, so first one is metal poses uh, nature. Metal poses a dot 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 nature. The option we have, that is four option we have, that is first amorphous, second is crystalline, third is liquid, fourth is a highly viscous. As we know, metals are the hardest materials and the hardest materials poses the crystalline nature. So the answer of first is B, that is metal poses the crystalline nature. Question number 2, in engineering what type of metals are used? Options we have: A, pure metals, B, alloys, C, both, D, none of them. As we know, in engineering, the pure metals are also used like aluminum, magnesium, and most of the case we use the alloys. Just like a steel, cast iron, all these are alloys. So the answer will be C, both. We can use pure metals also and we can use the alloys. So the answer of question 2 is C. We move to the next question, that is 3. Plastic is a, we have options. First ceramics, second monomer, third polymer, and D, that is composite. As we know, plastic is a polymer. Okay, as just we can take an example, that is we used PVC pipes in our household applications. Okay, so PVC means it is polyvinyl chloride. Its monomer is vinyl chloride and its polymer is polyvinyl chloride. So plastic is a polymer. So the answer is C. Fourth question, which of the following is the property of ceramics? We have options: A, brittle, B, low density, C, both A and B, and D, ductile. As we know, ceramics never a ductile material. So we have options left 3, that is brittle, low density, both A and B. As we know, ceramics are brittle ones and it is also have a low density. So the answer is C, both A and B. Next, question number 5. Following is the mixture of two or more different materials and they are mechanically bonded together. We have options: A, metals, B, ceramics, C, polymers, and D, composites. As the statement says, it is a mixture two or more different materials. So we can, from the options we can say it may be a metal, it may be a composites. But in the next half line they say that they are mechanically bonded. Metals never bonded. Okay, mechanically they are never bonded. So it is, the option is composites. Composites are mechanically bonded together. So the answer is composites. Next we have sixth question. The material which have good electrical and thermal conductivity. We have options: A, metal, B, ceramics, C, polymers, and D, composites. As we know, the ceramics, polymers, and the composites are a bad conductor of electricity. So the only option we left is a metal. So the answer, that metal have a good electrical and thermal conductivity. Okay, we will move to the next one. So question number 7. How many number of atoms per are present in FCC unit cell? In FCC unit cell, or we can say lattice. As we studied all these things, that is crystal structure, it have four types: simple cubic, BCC, FCC, and SCP. And the question is of about the NAV, that is number of atoms per unit cell. In FCC, FCC means it is face centered cubic structure, means it have 8 corner atoms and a 6 face centered atoms. So as we have the formula, NAV is equal to NC by 8, NB by 1, NF by 2. By that formula or by hearting, we know the number of atoms present in FCC is 4. So the answer is B. The next question, how many number of atoms are present in HCP unit cell? HCP means it is hexagonal close packed structure. As we know, we have there in the structure we have 12 corner atoms, 3 body centered atoms and 2 face centered atoms. As we have formula for SCP something different one, that is NAV is equal to HC NC by 6, NB by 1 and NF by 2, and we get the value as a 6. Remember, in a simple way, the SC has NAV 1, BCC has 2, FCC is 4, SCP is 6. So simply remember like this 1, 2, 4 and 6 for simple cubic, BCC, FCC and HCP. Okay. So question number 9. How many number of atoms are present in body centered cubic unit lattice, that is body centered cubic structure, that is BCC? As we know, BCC structure it have 8 corner atoms and 1 at a body center. So with the help of formula we get NAV is 2, 1 of all the corner atoms and 1 at a body center. So we get the answer as 2. Okay. So the next question number 10. Atomic packing efficiency of SC lattice structure. SC means it is simple cubic lattice structure. The structure consists of 8 corner atoms. Okay, so the packing efficiency is 52%. The answer is 1. Question number 11. Atomic packing efficiency of FCC lattice structure. FCC means face centered cubic structure which have 8 corner atoms and 6 face atoms at 6 faces. And we have calculated all these things, and as we know, the packing efficiency of FCC is 74%. Okay. So the next one, 12. Atomic packing efficiency of BCC lattice structure. BCC means it is body centered cubic structure. Okay. So it have structure like it have 8 corner atoms, 1 at a body centered, and we have calculated the efficiency. It is 68%. And with this you must also remember the relation between A and R, as I said in the video. Okay. Question number 13. Which of the following compound follows the BCC structure, that is body centered cubic structure? We have options like A Pb, that is lead, B Ag, that is silver, C Au, that is gold, D Mo, that is molybdenum. So from these only D, that is molybdenum, follows the body centered cubic structure. Okay, we will move to the next one. Question number 14. Which of the following is the physical property of metals? As we studied total 3 types of properties of materials, that is physical property, thermal property and mechanical properties. So we have options like A is porosity, B is creep, C is the elasticity, D is the heat capacity. By looking at the option, you can simply give the answer, because as you know, creep and elasticity are the mechanical properties. Heat capacity is something which is related to the thermal, that is heat capacity is a thermal property. So what remains is the porosity. Porosity is the physical property of metal. So the answer is A. Porosity means it is a small holes present in a material. It is called porosity and it is a physical property of material. Okay. So we will move to the next one. 15. The ability of metal to reflect light when finally polished is known as. This is also a physical property. The ability of metal to reflect light when finally polished is known as. We have options A ductility, B luster, C elasticity, D color. And the answer is luster. Next, question number 16. The ability of metal of not regaining its shape after removal of deforming force is. Options are A elasticity, B viscosity, C ductility, D plasticity. As the statement is like, it is ability of metal not regaining its shape, means after removal of load it doesn't get its original shape and size, so it forms the plastic nature. So the answer is a plasticity. So the answer of question number 16 is plasticity is nothing but a ability of material which doesn't regain its original shape and size after removal of external load or the deforming force. Move to the next one, question number 17. Which of the following is a mechanical property? Okay, so the options are A. Thermal conductivity, B. Luster, C. Density, and D. Creep. As we know, the first option, thermal conductivity, it is a thermal property. Luster and density are the physical properties. As we have only single option remained, that is D, is a mechanical property. What is meant by creep? Creep is a mechanical property. Creep is nothing but it is a slow plastic deformation of a material under constant stress and at high temperature. It have again three types: primary creep, secondary creep, and tertiary creep. Okay. So move to the next one, 18th. Failure of material under repeated load is called. We have options: A. Creep, B. Resilience, C. Fatigue, and D. Toughness. As in the statement or the question, we see seen a words like repeated load and a failure. Where there is a failure because of a repeated load or the alternate load or the successive load is called fatigue. Is called fatigue. So the answer is C. Question number 19. The property by virtue of which materials can be drawn into thin wires. As we know, the materials can be converted into some wires, or we can convert it into plates, we can convert it into sheets. So we have total two things, that is, first is ductility, second is a malleability. Okay, ductility means it is a property of material by virtue of which we can convert a metal into wires, and second is a malleability, it is a property of material by which we can convert a metal into the sheets or plates with the help of rolling operation. So in our question, the question answer is like the property by virtue of which the material can be drawn into thin wires. In this, we have four options. First is malleability, second ductility, third brittleness, fourth toughness. So as I said earlier, ductility means wires, malleability means the sheets or plates. So the answer will be B, that is ductility. We will move to the next one. Question number 20. The forging and rolling operations in which metal is formed by hammering or rolling utilize which property? As I said earlier, just before few seconds, the metals where we done the forging process, rolling operations to minimize the thickness of that metal so that we can get a sheets or the plates from the material. So this property is a malleability property. Okay, so ductility means we get wires, malleability means we get the sheets or plates. Don't get confused in it. The student get confused after 2 or 3 months at the end of the semester at the point of exam only. So simply remember like DWMS. DW means ductility wires, M means malleability, S means sheets. Okay. Next question number 21. Which of the following is a brittle? We have four options: glass, second diamond, third both A and B, and fourth is a steel. Brittle is nothing but those materials which have crystalline structure, and here we have glass, or those are the hardest one, though those are the brittle ones. We have options: glass is the hardest one, is the brittle one. As we know, the glass can be break without showing any plastic deformation. So glass is a brittle one, diamond is a brittle one. So the answer is both A and B. Next question, the capacity of material to absorb or store energy and to resist shock and impact is known as ... The options are toughness, hardness, brittleness, and resilience. As in a question, they have said that the capacity of material to absorb or to store the energy. Okay, so simply remember that where the material stores the energy, it is related with the toughness. Toughness is nothing but it is absorption of energy before its failure. So when there is a question like to absorb the energy or to store the energy, it is related with the toughness. Okay. Next question 23. area under stress strain curve represents first one hardness, B fatigue, C toughness, and D fatigue. As we know, the area under stress strain curve represents the toughness. Remember this. Question number 24. Which property occurs in steel at higher temperature? We have options. First is a fatigue, second is a creep, third is a resilience, fourth is a toughness. As you know, as I said earlier, fatigue is with the repeated loads. Creep is a mechanical property. Toughness is the absorption of energy. Here, the creep is something, it is a plastic deformation at high stress and at high temperature. So, the answer is creep. Which property occurs in a steel at high temperature is a creep. Next question number 25. The ability of the material to carry the heat is, what the question is? Carry the heat means transfer the heat from one surface to another surface is nothing but a carrying the heat. Okay, so we have options like electrical conductivity, thermal conductivity, C none of these, and D both A and B. What is the question? That is the material which carry the heat. Heat means it is a thermal property. Okay, so the answer is thermal conductivity. Okay, so the next we move to the next one. Question number 26. The slope of the creep curve is highest in which test? As you know, creep, it is a slow plastic deformation under constant load at high stress and at high temperature. It again have the three types or the three curves types, that is primary, secondary and tertiary. The options also we have the same one, that is A is primary, B is secondary, C is tertiary and D is none of these. And as we know, the slope of the creep curve is highest in tertiary curve, where it is at the final stage of break or the failure. Okay, so the answer is C, tertiary. Question number 27. A pure metal only consists of, we have options, 2 elements, single element, 3 elements, and D is 4 elements. As we know, the pure metal is something which contain only single element. So the answer is B. Or we have the different definition also for pure metal. Pure metal is metal which have valency 1, 2 or 3. Just like examples like aluminium, magnesium. Okay, these are the examples of copper also. These are the examples of pure metal. Okay, so move to the next one, 28. The copper and aluminium are the examples of, we have options, non-ferrous metal, B ferrous metal, C both, D none of these. As we know, or as I said earlier in my first videos, that the metals are classified into two types, that is ferrous metals and non-ferrous metals. Ferrous metal means the metals which have iron as a base content, and non-ferrous metals means the iron doesn't contain as a base metal. So copper and aluminium or their alloys are in the group of non-ferrous metals because they doesn't contain iron as a base metal, or they contain maybe in a small amount. Okay, so the copper and aluminium are the examples of non-ferrous metals. Okay, we will move to the next one. Sand and bricks are dot dot dot. We have four options: A composites, B polymers, C metals, D ceramics. The sand and bricks are the types of ceramics. Okay, because they are not bonded together by the mechanically operation, so they are not the composites, they are not the polymers, they are not the metals. Okay, so because metal conduct the electricity and thermal conductivity, so the answer is D, that is ceramics. Question number 30, that is bamboo and wood where nature made dot dot dot. We have options: A composites, B ceramics, C polymers, D metals. As we know, the bamboo and wood are the natural composites. They are the natural composites. Question number 31. The structure which have the highest packing of atom is, as we have studied in the videos and the second lecture itself, that packing efficiency is nothing but the space occupied by the atoms in a cube or in a unit cell. That can be calculated with some formula, and we have calculated all these things As we know, the packing efficiency of simple cubic structure is 52%, packing efficiency of body-centered cubic structure is 68%, the packing efficiency of face-centered cubic structure is 74%, and the same way, the packing efficiency of HCP, that is hexagonal closed packed structure, is also 74%. So we have the four options. A is hexagonal closed packed structure, B is body-centered cubic structure, C is simple cubic structure, and D is none of these. So as we know, simple cubic 52%, BCC 68%, FCC 74%, and hexagonal 74%. So the answer is A. It is 74%, or it is highly packed unit cell. Next, question number 32. Which type of microscope is used to determine particle diameter between 10 micron to 0.001 micron? Okay, so we have the four options: optical microscope, B electron microscope, C both A and B, and D none of these. The answer is electron microscope. Okay, question number 33. The structure at a microscopic level is known as the structure at a microscopic level. Okay, so the options are A microstructure, B macrostructure, C both A and B, D none of these. So as the structure is at a microscopic level, it is known as microstructure. The answer is A. Question number 34. Which test measure hardness? As you studied, there is something called Brinell test, Rockwell test, and so many tests are there. We have some options. A is a Brinell test, B Rockwell test, C is a Vickers test, and D all of these tests. In our syllabus, we have at the diploma level, we have two tests, that is a Brinell test and Rockwell test, and we also measure the hardness with the help of Vickers test also. So by all these three tests we can measure the hardness. So the answer is D, all of these tests. Question number 35. Hardness of a material enables it to resist. Hardness means it is a resistance of a material to scratching and penetration. So the hardness of material enables to resist. We have four options. A is abrasion, B is a penetration, C plastic deformation, D all of the above. So the answer is hardness is a material which enables to resist abrasion also, penetration also, and plastic deformation also. So the answer is D. It is all of the above. And question number 36. Which of the following materials has the highest hardness? We have options. A diamond, B steel, C titanium, D tungsten. By seeing the example also you can give the answer, that is A diamond, because the diamond is the hardest material. Okay, so these are some MCQs from the first chapter. Okay, so thank you everyone for listening. Okay, thank you one and all.